been a few years since I was up here on the stage at E3 showing you the first true motion controller, the PlayStation 2 iToy. As an engineer, I'm very excited about the technology we're going to show off today. It far surpasses anything you can get on the market now. We've been hard at work on this interface technology for a few years, and our goal is to add to the PS3's interactive capabilities. We want to enable a completely new set of experiences for PlayStation 3. So, what I have in my hand here is a prototype of a new controller. Its final look will change, so I want to stress this is an engineering prototype. But it has a variety of buttons and internal motion sensors, but its most distinctive and cool feature is the glowing sphere on the end that the PlayStation Eye can track. Imagine you're playing an RPG game. You choose Fireball spell, the color in your hand changes, and then you throw to cast your spell. But rather than listening to me just talk about it, let's get started showing you some tech demos of what this thing can do. We're not going to show any video at all. Everything you're going to see is live technology demonstration. Anton's going to demo, and I'm going to explain what's happening on screen.
Hey, guys.
So actually, I want to point out, on the sides up here, you can see video from different angles of Anton as he plays. So this first demo, what we have is like a virtual television set with a PlayStation Eye, just like we have set up here on stage. So you can see when Anton moves the controller here, the controller moves one-to-one just as he moves. In order to let you see this better, Anton, if you can turn on the video on the television there, we're putting the PlayStation Eye's video on this virtual TV, so you can see as Anton moves, it moves exactly as he moves. This is true one-to-one tracking. This is the first time you've ever been able to do this. And we can show this better than anyone else because we have the video from the PlayStation Eye. That racket is actually in the virtual world. It's in Anton's hand.
It's still hard.
So, of course...
No way.
So sports are kind of a no-brainer, but you could hold anything in your hand. I do want to point out, notice how fast it's tracking his motions.
All right, let's try this. Yes.
Weapons are always good.
Especially large ones.
So my son loves this demo, actually. You can imagine if he could be Ratchet and he could hold Ratchet's weapons in his hand while he plays. He would die for that. Okay, we have a flashlight now. Notice we have true 3D pointing. He can move around and point from any position or angle here. Okay, the flashlight's pretty cool, but do you have anything with a little more firepower, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
A foam dart. Nice shot, though.
All right,
more firepower. Now we're talking. Gold Desert Eagle. So, of course, the PlayStation, this new controller, and motion control in general, people have thought are more of a casual experience. And we expect very great casual experiences. But we also want to enable some more gamers games. We think that'll be a great use of this controller, too. So if you want to switch to first-person shooter mode, Anton can actually move around the room and point and shoot things.
My hands weren't so jittery I could actually hit something.
We learned from iToy that buttons are needed for some experiences. There's some experiences you can do without them, but some experiences there's just no other way to do.
There's really no other way to do this without a trigger. It just wouldn't feel right.
Okay, so let's see anything else?
I think we got one more thing. This is always difficult. Oh, yeah.
So you can imagine the kind of special effects we could overlay with the video and the graphics here. Now, we're going to switch gears completely here. This next demo, it may look simple, but it's one of the hardest things to do precisely. Anton is effectively reaching into the scene, bridging the gap between the real and virtual worlds. This is the foundation for the ultimate sandbox. You could build anything in this. The game development is really, really excited about this because the possibilities are limitless here. Another thing that's really difficult to do in a virtual world is drawing. And in particular, writing requires extreme precision. The tip of that pencil Anton's using is being tracked at sub-millimeter accuracy. So the pencil shows off the precision really well, but for something a little more artistic, Anton's going to move on to some more paintbrushes here. He's actually metering out the amount of paint that's being put on the canvas using the analog trigger right now. Nice. For something like a spray paint can, the angle actually matters of what he's doing here. Ooh, dripping right down the wall there. Nice. Yeah.
Of course, if you just want to mess around.
You can do that too. So drawing is a kind of fundamental capability, but it doesn't have to be used literally.
Let's see what else we got.
You could use it instead, say, to lay out a path of objects.
I'll help it out. We could always try again.
Better. Other things that use drawing are selection. Selection is one of the keys to something like a real-time strategy game. Finally, we have an interface on a console that lets us do real-time strategy. Here you can see Anton's lassoing troops, and then he draws a path for them to follow. You can imagine using this for other kinds of games, like football. You could draw out the route for a wide receiver to follow. Blurring the lines between RTS and first-person shooter here. We already showed first-person shooter once, Anton.